school and post-secondary education. With rising tuition costs, we should be able to offer increased financial assistance to all of our students and offer viable alternatives such as post-secondary skills and vocational training to all of our students, not just for graduating seniors, but for adults in a career transition. Remembering that many of our neighbors think of a transition into a small business of their own. You know, the essence of the American dream is that you can work hard and make it big on your own. Small business is that American dream. The Small Business Administration defines small business that only 17,000 of the 25 million businesses in the United States are not considered small business. So when we're talking about helping small business, we're truly referring to the backbone of America and the backbone of our district. We will no longer let our legislators sacrifice and destroy our farmers, our workers, and the small businesses in lieu of big business special interests. There was so I've outlined 3 issues to you: healthcare, education, and small business. There is another reason why I'm here. Let me tell you really why I'm here. I'd like to actually, if you don't mind, ask the crowd a question. And please feel free to respond. I know it's a dreary day out there, and I appreciate you all coming out. But I'd like to ask you, seriously, what is the most important thing for you in determining a candidate?
Position on the Iraq War.
Position on the Iraq War?
His looks.
His looks? I might have to bring you up here then. I'm Rasoul.
Equaling Americans. The rich and the poor, and the middle class is getting poorer.
Income disparity, the distance between the have and have not. Americans say, when they're polled, 55% of Americans say, not Iraq, they say that we want character before issues. We are worried about an individual's character before they're standing on any issue. So I was riding on a plane on a business trip a couple of months ago when I was contemplating this run for Congress, and I sat next to an older Indian gentleman, and we started talking about politics. And he was actually from California, and so he had a lot to say about politics being from California. And he said, "Sam, do you know what's the one thing that the American people want from you?" And I said, "What is that?" He said, "The American people want you to keep your promises."
That's true.
Keep your promises. Is it true that what we need the most are just good old-fashioned honest people? Well, I'm here to tell you emphatically today, yes. If you want our vote, you better be a quality person. And I would like to tell you that I had the honor of marrying one of those quality people 2 days, a year ago this Monday, actually, and she was not introduced at the beginning, and she wanted me to make sure that I'm part of the family too now. I had the honor of meeting and marrying one of those genuine individuals, my wife, Leila. If you could stand with me. Not usually that red, but she is today. So we need to remember that legislators are our public servants. We need to ask them about their broken promises. We need to say, I had actually a picture here of Mr. Bob Goodlad. I'll say his name. Go to him and say, Mr. Goodlad, my dear fellow citizens, when you break your promises, promises to our children, promises to our families, promises to our voters about term limits, have you no shame? Remembering that they are public servants and that they should be working for we, the people, and not I, the power-hungry, greedy politician. Will we lay down and hide as though we are mute and insignificant as they bark down upon us from Washington? Or will we rise up together in hopes of a better future for our nation and for our children? I, the power-hungry, greedy politician. I'd like to read something to you that I wrote because I wanted to add some emphasis to it. Because I'd like to tell you where I believe all this I came from in our culture and in our society. And it's brief, so don't fall asleep on me. There's a wonderful ideology that we have here in America that has led us to become the greatest, most powerful nation in the world, which is individualism. Individualism drives our aspirations from childhood through that great American dream. The moving force in our capitalistic economy is the doctrine that we can become or accomplish almost anything. Individualism laid the precedent for me to be addressing you today. A counterpart to individualism is collectivism, where people tend to move and share as a whole. This is no ideological debate, but the great Rasoul believed, he was a great ancient philosopher, believed that we should strive for the mean between two extremes. For many people in our society, an extreme line has been crossed, which passes individualism and has become egotism. We must not allow for that egotistical mindset to prevent us from realizing the benefits of being collectivistic at times. In other words, we must do not just what is best for us, but for our families, our communities, for the greater good of humanity, and even for our Mother Earth. As Aristotle stated, we should strive for the mean between two extremes of doing what is best for ourselves and what is doing best for all others affected by your actions. So all of this I coming out of Washington actually must be a grassroots change. We must ask more from our legislators, but in truth, it begins with us. So today I ask, and I beg of you, do not let intra-party politics for personal gain relinquish a golden opportunity to have honest-to-goodness change here in the 6th District of Virginia. I am but one man, but together we are one voice. A voice that is loud enough can change a nation. After so many quiet years in this district, I'm proud to say that I am part of that voice. I would like to thank you all very much for coming. Those of you that have heard me speak know I can go on and on. But I'm very humbled by the crowd and by the turnout. And I would like to wish you all the best, and may you move forward in good spirits and the best of health. And most of all, may God bless the paths of truth that you travel. Thank you all very much.